Hi everyone, Mikey79 here and welcome to this new deck tech video of Magic Duels. And the new expansion has dropped, Amonkhet, and as you can see, the first deck that I've built is Orzhov Zombies. So they switched a little bit of colors. Yeah, with Innistrad they used to be more in the Dimir colors, so blue and black, and yeah, now it was more interesting to get rid of the blue and put in the white. Now let's check it out real fast. So it's brand new. I didn't rebuild the Demir zombie decks that I had. It's built it from scratch, this one. So let's start with the first card. A new card immediately, Dread Wanderer. For 1 black mana we get a 2/1 and he enters the battlefield, but we don't care. He enters battlefield tapped, but we don't care much about that. And when we pay 3 mana, when he's in the graveyard, he comes back to the battlefield, but we can only do that if we have 1 or fewer cards in hand. So yeah, it's kind of a hellbent thing. Hellbent means that you have no cards in hand, so then you can abuse it. But yeah, it might not happen often, but when it does, it's always welcome, of course. And it is a 1-drop, so pretty good. Then another 1-drop is this one, the Festering Mummy, 1 black, 3 copies. He's a 1/1, but when he dies, you get to put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. So yeah, when he gets blocked, he does already 1 damage, and then you put a -1/-1 counter on the creature that blocked you, for example. So that's already, you can deal 2 damage with this guy, so that's pretty nice. And as you can see, we have ways to buff our zombies now, which wasn't really possible in the past. So yeah, pretty nice 1-drop. Then another card that's costing 1 white mana this time, and pretty good one as well. We can play only 3 copies because it's an uncommon. At instant speed we get to exile target creature that blocked or was blocked by a zombie this turn. Now, as a removal spell, is this the best removal spell in these colors? No, but it is cheap and it is at instant speed, and it's a kind of a combat trick, obviously. Now, the reason why I play this especially is because it exiles, it doesn't destroy, and that's important because now you get the gods, and the gods are indestructible. So, and I expect to see some play from those gods. I expect them to see play. So because they're pretty decent and they come relatively free, they come pretty cheap. So they to activate them they have to do some shenanigans, but it's not always that difficult either. So for example, if you got a god on the other side of the battlefield that's facing you, you're gonna have a rough time to come through with your zombies because he's gonna block them 1 by 1 and kill them. And this card prevents that. This is a pretty good card, and if there are no gods, it's still a pretty decent removal card because you should have enough zombies. Now, one of those zombie creators is this Dark Salvation, still an old card. It is from Eldritch Moon. So you pay double X and a black, and then you put X 2/2 black zombies onto the battlefield, and then target creature gets -1/-1 for each zombie that you control. So pretty nice. So when you already have zombies, you could play this only for the black, not create any zombies, but if you get enough zombies you can still kill a creature off. So pretty nice card. Then the Binding Mummy, for a 2-drop, he's a pretty nice one. He's a 2/2. And whenever another zombie enters the battlefield under your control, you may tap target artifact or creature. So this guy clears the way. When you got a blocker ahead of you, you can tap him out with this guy, of course. So yeah, pretty good, and you want to play zombies anyway, so that's a nice addition, and one of the reasons that you should play white with zombies. Then I wanted another 2-drop, but I didn't find something better right away. The Rancid Rats is also from Shadows over Innistrad. For 1 and a black we get a 1/1, which isn't too impressive, but he has Skulk, so he can be blocked by creatures with greater power. And he does have Death Touch, so he has some nice abilities that you can play around with a bit. And like I said, you can buff up your zombies this time, so yeah, at the end he might be pretty good. I played 3 copies. Maybe that's a copy too much, but we'll see. I haven't played much with the new expansion yet, by the way, because I was on vacation this weekend. And so, yeah, I thought let's begin with zombies, it kind of builds itself. Then a new card from Amonkhet is a Wayward Servant. For a white and a black we get a 2/2 zombie. And whenever another zombie enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. So yeah, you basically do direct damage to your opponent without even attacking. So, and you gain some life because you always want to go attacking, and then the life gain can be helpful when you're facing another aggro deck. Then just 1 copy because I don't want to play too many of these. In Oketra's name, for 1 and a white, we get an instant spell. And zombies you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. So basically we're just gonna buff our zombies and hope to get that finishing blow. But like I said, you don't wanna, because we don't have much card advantage. We don't draw many cards extra. So you don't want to draw into too many of these because yeah, you also want to have zombies on the board, of course. And if you don't have them, well, then this is a dead card. So only 1, and hopefully to deal the finishing blow. Then I still play 2 copies of this Cemetery Recruitment, and that's a little bit because of that card advantage that I said. It is only 2 mana. By the time that you draw this or that you want to go and use it, there's probably already a creature in your graveyard. And yeah, if you get it back, and if it's a zombie, which it will be, then you get to draw a card. So basically for 2 mana you get 2 cards, so it's pretty nice. Still pretty nice card that never saw much play, by the way. I don't understand why, because I like this one, but never saw anyone else play it. Maybe it's me or whatever. Then also from Shadows over Innistrad, still a great card. This is Diregraf Colossus. For 3 mana, 1 black and 2 colorless. We get a 2/2, but he won't be a 2/2 probably because he enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each zombie card in your graveyard. Or whenever you cast a zombie spell, you get a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield tapped. So this is a zombie creator as well. Yeah, and that's what we need. We need some zombie tokens out there as well to go wider. And this guy, either way, he's always good to play. Either way, you play him as a fatty or you play him to create zombies. So yeah, he's always good to play. Then a new card from the new expansion, Plague Belcher, also for 3 mana, black and 2 colorless. We get a 5/4 with Menace, which seems awesome for that cost, but there is a drawback because when he enters the battlefield, you have to put 2 +1/-1/1 counters on a target creature that you control. And whenever another zombie you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. So yeah, you can put the counters on him, then he's a 3/2, and with Menace for that cost, it's still a great card. Obviously, you probably want him to be a 5/4 when he hits the board, so you could sacrifice a zombie or distribute the counters a little bit. That's how you see it at that moment. That's how you want to play it. It all depends. And the last ability, when a zombie dies and you lose a life, that's pretty nice. And your opponent loses a life, that's pretty nice as well. It's a pinger as well. So yeah, pretty good creature, and he's a target for your opponent's removal spells. So yeah, pretty good card. And you want him to be a target because you don't want this guy to be a target, and that's the Lord of the Accursed. For 3 mana as well, we get a 2/3 zombie, but he's a lord. He gives all other zombies that we control +1/+1. On top of that, if we pay 2 mana and we tap him out, all zombies we control gain Menace until end of turn, so they can't they have to be blocked by 2 creatures. So pretty nice, also a kind of an evasion that this guy can give to your zombies. Pretty good card, pretty good lord, and I'm really glad that we finally get a zombie lord. That's what zombies really needed, and that's a great addition to the zombies. Then Liliana, the last hope, still from Eldritch Moon. We all know her by now. 3 mana, great planeswalker, controls the board, gets something back, or usually you want to go straight for her emblem. And yeah, when that triggers, then it's probably a good game. Then also new card Liliana's Mastery. We get into the more expensive cards now. 2 copies for 5 mana. It was a bit of a... I was thinking, should I play this? But yeah, you should definitely play this in a zombie deck. It is a high cost, but if the game goes a little bit longer, this can be a game changer for you. Because your zombies you control also get +1/+1, so it's also a buff. And when she enters the battlefield, you get 2/2 black zombie creature tokens, but those will be 3/3. So for 6 mana, you basically get... for 5 mana, you basically get 6 power. So that's pretty awesome, and all your other zombies gets buffed. So you cannot play this... you have to play this in a zombie deck. There's no way around it. This card is too good not to play. It is a bit more expensive, but you just have to go for it. Then Liliana's Death's Majesty. For 5 mana, we have the new Lily. And she's pretty good. She comes into play with 5 counters, which is great. Our +1 create a 2/2 black zombie, which is great with our team here. And then you have to put the 2 top cards of your library into your graveyard. And then the -3, you get a creature card from the graveyard to the battlefield, and he's a zombie in addition. Or -7, which isn't far from our 5 actually, is destroy all non-zombie creatures. So she is all her abilities are pretty good actually. The only problem is she does also come a little bit more expensive. 5 mana is a lot in this deck. And usually, I haven't play tested it very much yet, but usually when I play her, the game is already over. So it's just, as far as now, it's been a win more card. And so that's a decision that I still have to make. Am I going to keep her or not? But yeah, when she hits the board early or later in the game, it always has an impact. It's a great planeswalker. Then a removal spell, a new one, Never Return. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Finally, we get a removal spell directly for planeswalkers, which is pretty nice. It is sorcery speed, so that's a drawback a little bit compared to murder, for example. And there is a flip side as well. You get return. And return, when the card hits the graveyard, you get the return side of it. And then that's the aftermath that you can do. So that means that you can cast this spell only from your graveyard and then exile it. And then it's for 4 mana. We get to exile target card from a graveyard, which can be interesting in this meta, maybe. And we get to create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Now, obviously, we do play the card for the Never side. But if we don't have anything else to do with our mana or whatever, then we can play this return side and we get to create a 2/2 black zombie, which is awesome. Then for the mana, I'm still not pretty sure about that one, but I think I got it kinda right. We play 7 plains, 12 swamp, 2 isolated chapel, and 3 Aether Hubs. I don't want to thin the deck out too much because I've been screwed. Pretty weird, but it happened. Because if you check out the curve, everything is pretty low cost. We got 10 1 mana cost cards and 13 2, 10 3, and then 0 4 drops actually. So we got a gap there, and then 3 5 drops. Those are that's the 2 enchantments and Lily. So pretty good curve, I think. So first I played 23 lands, but that didn't work out at all as I planned. So yeah, pretty weird, and I don't play double white, so I only need 1 white, but I do need it a little bit earlier in the game, so it's a pretty weird. I also was thinking to just add the blue in the beginning, just to play, how are they called again there? Kisa and Geralt or whatever it was, I guess. I'm gonna show you guys real fast here. Oh god, this filter. It's Ant, and then we should probably find it pretty fast. There they are. Yeah, Kisa and Geralt, like I said. This is a great card to have in a zombie deck, but splashing a blue, I don't know. I think it screws up my mana too much. But it was something that I was considering, and maybe in the future I will add them anyway. But yeah, it's too bad that they changed the colors a bit, that they went from blue black to white black, because let's face it, besides this one has a tap out ability. That's something that you can, if this would be blue, it would be viable, it would be believable because it's tap out. So that's a creature that would work. Now the exile may be less, but then it could be a bounce or whatever. Anyway, it's kind of bad, too bad that we lose all those blue cards that had synergy with zombies. But I think we got something in return. But anyway, what was I saying about the lands? So sometimes I got mana screwed, and when I did hit the third, fourth, and maybe the fifth land, it went pretty well. But yeah, you want to keep hitting those lands as well, because even so, if you can play only one zombie a turn, it's not that great. You wanna flood the board with your zombies. You wanna play multiples. So that's why I wanted more lands. So that's why I play 24 lands, and I don't thin out the deck. So I hope that you like this version. I haven't seen anyone else's version yet of Orzhov zombies. I guess they are already around there. I don't think I should be or would be the first one. But anyway, that's the deck for you guys. I hope you liked it, this deck tech video. First deck tech video of the new expansion. And I hope I see you guys at the gameplay video, obviously. See you there, guys. Bye bye. Have a nice day.